got a day off today, which is quite nice. Aiming to head for Tidbinbilla Mountain, which is within the Tidbinbilla Nature Reserve. Just left from the Mountain Creek area, just taking a walk, see how it goes. This is one I've been planning on trying out for quite a long time. Never really had the chance to have the time that it needs, so I'll give it a go. Left the main track. So the trails out here not so marked. Got a map though, which should be a good help. And I also have the whole day, so plenty of time, no rush, and hoping to enjoy the day. Alright, so the Tidbinbilla Mountain, it's in the 1600s in elevation. Starting to get a steady climb up now. That'd be the highest place I've been to in the ACT. Feels really fresh. Today I've struck really good weather. Cold start to the morning, but it's a really beautiful sunny day, so couldn't really ask for much more, to be honest. Alright, still heading in an upwards direction. Guess we'll keep climbing to get up to that 1600. Starting to get glimpses here and there in the background further away, which means I'm sort of starting to get above the trees in some places, and there's still a track, so should mean I'm heading on the right direction. Alright, so I read on the notes about there being a couple of benches up on the way up the hill. Come across them. That means I'm on the right track. Didn't realize it was going to be a nice bench with cushions. Quite comfy. You got the little bench here and the big view at the back. Alright, so I've covered some decent distance. Getting up amongst it now. Continue on up on this trail. I'm going for about an hour now. Be interesting to see how long this walk takes all up. Alright, this looks like a good place for a little rest. I believe this is the snowy corner, as they call it. Just had probably the steepest segment, so time for a little break, I think. That sounds quite reasonable. Well, this is something quite different. Climbed up and up. Now I've come to a reasonably flat bit before I climb up and up again. Wasted a bit of energy trying to do a few footbag tricks. Didn't get very many good ones in that one. Alright, looks like it's back to going up. Alright, the view's really opening up now. See out there, a lot of damage from the fires, but at least the greenery is coming back. Coming back pretty well, actually. The dam down there. Plenty more mountains still to climb. Alright, coming up to the 2-hour mark worth of walking. The track's pretty clearly marked by the cans, piles of rocks. So that's pretty helpful, keeping me on the right track. Great view behind me. I imagine it'll be an even bigger view once we get to the top. Just after I was saying how good the guidance of the cans was going, I lost my way for a short while. Back on track now, continuing ever upwards. Alright, got myself a nice resting rock. It's getting to the point where I'm not seeing so much more above me, which is good news. You can see down into the valley there, a little bunch of rocks. That'll be Gibraltar Peak. Not looking particularly tall from here, and that's a challenging enough walk in itself. Reach the top. Some view from up here. Pretty impressive. Great chance today to get out in some nature. And I've said at the start of the video, I've had this one on my list for a long time, so really glad to give it a tick mark. Alright, make my way downhill. Not sure if I'll be able to add in any more of the hills around here. You've got places like Tidbinbilla Peak, the Pimple. It might be a bit much and still have time to get back to action, but just like to have a look at the area. Never been in this area, so it's good to give it a look. Seen a few cans and a few pink ribbons on trees to let me know I'm heading in the right direction. It's quite nice sort of flat woodland at the moment. I've decided not to go back the same way. It's pretty steep coming up, so I imagine it'll be pretty slippery going down. I will have to eventually get down those meters, but I'm thinking I might do that along the fire trail, which eventually goes to the Camel's Hump. It's another walk I haven't done yet. Save that one for another time. Alright, so I'm right on the 3-hour mark. Been sort of coming and going from the track with all the rain in recent times. There's areas where the track's been a bit overgrown, but you sort of keep fighting your way through, and all of a sudden there's a pink bit of tape on the tree and gives you a bit more confidence. Chosen a much harder way to go down. Should have just gone the way I came. Just sitting down because I fell over and put my hand into a thistle, which pretty much sums up this descent. But we're descending, so that's something. And just like I said, exploring this area. Don't think I'll be back for a while up into these high parts of the Tidbinbilla, but you never know. I have a feeling I maybe bit off more than I can chew with this downhill run. There's bits of tracks coming here and there, but I've slipped and tripped and fallen over, and branches have come off and whatnot. But I have a feeling that soon enough I'm going to just pop onto the main trail, which would be quite nice by this time. If not, I'm running beside the creek. Pretty sure this is the Mountain Creek. Car park's the Mountain Creek car park. Should get me there eventually. I'm still off course, following the creek. Actually took my shoes off for a while there and got in the creek itself. The water's pretty cold. Hopefully I'm not far off the main track. Getting pretty sick of bashing through the bush. Pretty disappointed with how this one's turned out. I went way off course and put myself in a fairly dangerous situation. I think I'm nearly back to civilization, but it's not the way I wanted this to go. It's going very well on the way up though, so best to stick to that track. Thankfully, I'm on a real track. Not sure which track it is as yet. I'd say Lyrebird Trail. Fingers crossed it is. It's close to the car park. Should soon find out. Now I'm just walking on a regular track. I can feel the exhaustion in the legs. Certainly glad to be back on track. Got scratches all over, got a cut on my hand, but back on track, and that's very good news. Well, that's pretty much that. It was a good journey up to Tidbinbilla Mountain. Awesome view from up there. Yeah, at the welcome site, I'll sign myself off from the vlog. Sign myself off from the vlog.